Ever since 2012, the Colonel James M. Schoonmaker has sat here on the banks of the mighty Maumee River. However, even the ship's most frequent visitors were unfamiliar with where that name came from. That is until now, thanks to a new exhibit right here at the National Museum of the Great Lakes. The newest gem in Northwest Ohio is located right on the Maumee River in downtown Toledo. The National Museum of the Great Lakes has slowly but surely become a top attraction in the area. The museum has been receiving stellar reviews since their inception in 2014, as they continue to attract people of all ages to downtown.
The museum's been open now for just over 3 years, and we have been finding that the response to the community, or from the community, has been fantastic. Our attendance is continuing to grow, and we're finding that people really enjoy coming out here to learn more about where we live and what the importance of the Great Lakes and even the Toledo history, the maritime history that happened right here.
Now the temporary exhibit space at the museum is filled with artifacts and history, as the museum looks to inform attendees about Colonel James M. Schoonmaker, the person.
People are fascinated to learn about the namesake of the ship. It's really helped bring the colonel alive, as opposed to just a name painted on the side of the ship.
It was pretty interesting that he was recommended to be promoted from private to colonel when he was only 20 years old. Thought that pretty extraordinary, and it was quite an accomplishment.
That's right, it took James M. Schoonmaker just 18 months to be promoted from a Civil War private to colonel, and on September 19, 1864, Colonel Schoonmaker led his troops in a dismounted charge against Confederate artillery in Fort Alabama. On May 19, 1899, Schoonmaker was awarded with the Medal of Honor for his actions, something that is on display as part of his exhibit.
The most fascinating artifact is the Medal of Honor. That award was first done for the Civil War, and to have an original one of those on display and then tie that history in. We're trying to bring, there's a name painted on the side of the boat, but Colonel Schoonmaker was a real person with a fascinating history.
Yeah, that's the actual honor, so it's probably the only one I've seen with the real brass and ribbons.
Visitors are leaving the exhibit with a newly found knowledge for the name Colonel James M. Schoonmaker due to his importance in both the Civil War and maritime history as well.
Clearly he was important to the United States history during the Civil War, but he's important to maritime history as well. And so that's why having an opportunity to be able to provide this to the community, to have these different artifacts on display, really is a great opportunity for us.
I think it's a good way to memorialize him as a Medal of Honor winner, and will make his accomplishments better known.
We spent $5.5 million on the exhibit. So this is just not a collection of some old boat models, and then this opportunity to be on the Schoonmaker and walk. There's stored engine room, captain's quarters, and everything. We just get rave reviews.
The museum and self-guided vessel tour is currently rated as the 4th best thing to do in the city of Toledo by TripAdvisor. It is truly a one-of-a-kind experience right here in our own backyard.
Certainly as you drive up the 617-foot Colonel James M. Schoonmaker ship, there's nothing like it in Toledo. There's only a handful on other locations on the Great Lakes, and it's just the opportunity to see a well-restored 107-year-old vessel is a great thing for families and anybody to do.
There's so much to check out at the National Museum of the Great Lakes, so get on down to Front Street and check out one of Toledo's top attractions. I'm Zach Herrig for BCAN.